Bruce, you can't keep doing this. Step out of the shadows. Don't let tombstones be your family legacy. I know you're trying to create a myth. Just remember, there is room for Bruce and Batman inside that suit.
For too long, this city has burned with corruption and greed. And with Bruce's help, a vote for Harvey Dent is a vote to finally put your foot down.
Vicky Vale, reporter for the Gotham Gazette. Is the Dent campaign soliciting votes from Gotham's biggest crime family?
Money gets money. I can get Harvey the mayor's seat, or I can pull it out from under him.
Your father despised men like Falcone. No one has ever managed to bring him down.
I haven't tried yet.
Come on!
A fire is heading this way. You must show the world the true nature of a Wayne.
Sometimes I think this whole city's a crime scene.
A revolution is knocking on Gotham's door. When this whole thing starts, make sure you're on the right side.
Well then, time to save the city.
It's the Waynes. They're behind all this.
What do you mean?
The Waynes are the biggest gangsters in Gotham. You and me, we're practically family.
Allegations of family corruption continue to swirl around Wayne Enterprise amidst mounting evidence that the family had ties to organized crime. Who can Gothamites look up to?
So sorry, there's been a change to tonight's program.
Brothers and sisters of Gotham, we are the children of Arkham. Tonight, we show you the truth!
Power is an old oak. The trunk stands strong, but it's the roots that hold it up. And the thickest of them lead to Arkham.
Batman!
Harvey won't be the same after this.
What? I told you I want the truth!
Much worse if the Batman hadn't been there. There will be scars. I need to know everything they told you.
Well, if you really care about the safety of Gotham, why aren't you looking at Bruce Wayne?
You're being asked to step down from your position as CEO.
I can handle the children of Arkham without your help.
Harvey won't be pushed around anymore. No, he's gonna make them pay.
You there? Do you want the good news or the bad news?
You have to face the truth sometime, Batman. You can't protect Gotham from itself. Go on. Show me how you'll save your precious city.
Troy Baker, where are you?
Yo, come on, we're gonna make a game.
Oh, all right.
Sorry. Oh, dude, that's harsh.
I think it's one of the things I love the most about this is really being able to look at every character and every circumstance in a completely different way.
I feel like I've never seen this side of Selina, so it's really cool to get to explore that.
Harvey Dent is a beast. It's almost like looking at a bomb that doesn't have a fuse in it yet.
I didn't think there was any way I was going to be able to be in any other Telltale game because I'd already kind of gotten spoiled on one. And the fact that they had me try to pull this thing off was scary, but it was very cool.
Forget the papers. I want to hear it from you.
I have a tendency to overthink things and overcomplicate things, and so for me, the process is to not have a process. It's to really try to turn your brain off and just be open to the story that we're telling, because it really is different. It's really about not pulling from and paying homage and tipping the hat to previous versions of this, but really trying to come up with your own version.
Yeah, so many people have played Catwoman, and they've all done amazing jobs. So you can walk down that path of looking at their performances and feeling like you'll never live up to it, or you can try to have a fresh take on everything.
And don't forget to change into your suit.
There's so much in between the lines, and there's so much in the character interaction that finding her myself has been really cool.
I like the how offended she is that he thinks she's owned.
I think Harvey Dent is a fairly altruistic person. I think he believes in doing things in an honest way as often as he can, but I think he recognizes the environment that he's in. He knows that Gotham City has some very powerful players, some very dark sides to it, and that he has to be able to manipulate and work those sides in order to achieve his goals. And I wanted the change, if it comes, to be one that is as dramatic as possible. I'm sorry, Bruce. The makeup person is here. Guess she needs to put on my face.
Lately, we've been getting to record with Troy or Travis, which is such a blessing.
Are you saying you don't trust me?
I'm saying I probably shouldn't.
You can live and breathe, and you guys can maybe ad-lib a little bit together. You know, if Troy does a little funny line, you get my chuckle at the beginning of the line.
Do you need another one?
There's those reactions that you don't get outside of an ensemble recording.
I'm always amazed at what Laura can pull off. She makes it look effortless. It's frustrating. Or should Bruce be awkward and she's confident? And then Travis can always kind of push me to a level that's way deeper and way more grounded.
It's so unique in that recording the dialogue based on situational choices is a great challenge for an actor, because it's not a straight through storyline. You have to be able to reset your mind every couple of lines and go, okay, now based on this choice, how would I react? Okay, based on this choice, how would I react? What happened just before this? And that's very difficult. Recording for a Telltale game is like nothing else out there.
I feel like Batman really does an amazing job of walking that gray line. You don't know if somebody is a villain or a good guy, and players finally get to play as the playboy or the man behind all the masks.
In other games, you never get to see that aspect. You're wearing the cowl, you're driving the car, you're beating up bad guys. You still get to do that in this game, but it's about who Bruce Wayne is after he's decided to become Batman and the tools that he has at his disposal as that billionaire playboy.
How do you want to play this? You're gonna wear a mask throughout this game. You just get to choose. Either it's gonna be the billionaire or it's gonna be the Bat.
I wanted to make a really distinct contrast between Batman scenes and Bruce Wayne scenes to really kind of emphasize the duality between the two characters there.
Come on now, it's so formal. Call me Bruce.
I grew up watching Batman the Animated Series. It shaped a lot of things that I thought about, like storytelling, how they just do such amazing things with such simple character designs. Batman is just, he's such a big thing that matters so much to so many people.
Time to go to work.
Writers work with the designers, and eventually that comes to me, and then I work with cinematographers and artists to create the visuals for the game. You have to make sure that the content is not just good in form of being a story, but also in being an interactive thing that the player experiences. It has to be more than just a linear narrative. You have to make sure choices matter, and the action scenes are fun and playable.
Bye, Bat.
But in addition, it all weaves in together with the lens of how Bruce Wayne has to deal with all the people in his life and all his responsibilities. I feel like we have created kind of a unique Bruce Wayne that hasn't really been seen before. Because you think about animated series Bruce Wayne, Kevin Conroy plays him really broad and really bright in comparison to the gruff Batman voice. And then there's the Nolan films. That Bruce Wayne, at least in public, plays himself completely frivolous. He swims around in pools with hot ladies to make sure no one would ever think this guy could be Batman.
Enjoy drinking my wine. It's worth more than most of you.
No, he's kidding, everyone.
And we have a new twist that takes some elements from those things and just creates a guy who seems really strong and in control of the situation. He always feels like he's the smartest guy in the room. You can play him however you want to.
Chalk this for me.
You can play him as kind of suave guy, you can play him as isolated loner. We have the whole spectrum of possible Bruce Waynes you've seen in our game as options for the player. Bruce Wayne just being really cool was something that we really wanted to achieve. Like him just leaning up against a pillar, crossing his arm with champagne glass while kind of Harvey Dent just goes, and you're just like, God dang, he's the coolest guy in the room. We wanted to make sure the bat tech seemed plausible, not just absolute fantasy.
Something that's very believable in this universe.
It's me.
We built the Batcave pretty early on. It has a bunch of raised platforms out in a really big cave space with the idea that it can be modular. It has the bat suit and the cowl. It's a lot less of the more recent incarnations of the Batmobile. It's a much more compact, sleek variant.
To begin with, we try to get a 3D wraparound of what we can see, so it's usually top down and side profile. From there, we just model out each side and bring them together and make sure that it all fits.
The special thing about our Batmobile is that it transforms. By day, it's Bruce Wayne's hot red sports car, and by night, it's the Batmobile, allowing Batman to quick change out in the field without having to always go back to the Batcave. It's really helpful for storytelling reasons and for how cool it is reasons.
The whole console of the Batcave is all functional. We don't want to go too fancy. We want to bring the retro feel with a blend of what's new and what's happening.
It can display news, it can analyze hard drives, you can hack things on it, you can pull out information about the city. And Batman has networks of drones that are flying around, so you can create holographic maps of Gotham. It can eavesdrop through walls, it can project holograms so Batman can plan things. Bruce Wayne is a very different person when he's out performing in public for people. And when he goes down to the Batcave, you can see Bruce actually relax. He feels really at home down there, and really feels like himself. You can tell this is where he wants to be and what he wants to do.